We view ourselves as being rejects from society. Don't pay these people any mind, they're crazy. We view ourselves as being the toys from Misfit Island, for anybody that remembers Rudolph. We are the rejected toys that ultimately come in to help Santa save the day. Have you guys heard of Q?
There's somebody in charge, and usually there's at some point. I don't want my kids to grow up in a nation. Basically.
QAnon is an invitation to the Great Awakening. We're going to be sympathetic in the end. We're going to be gracious winners.
They broke the glass. Everybody stay down. Get down.
Are they going to show it?
Even before a mob invaded the U.S. Capitol, we were living in a time of peak conspiracy.
Dude, this is like the diversity of ideas, okay? If you look far back enough, there's like a Confederate flag, and you got a fucking Union cap. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's Trump's America right there. That's the real America, okay? Yeah, you got homies with a fucking Union cap, and you got homies rocking the Confederate fucking flag. United. Good people on both sides, yeah. That's right.
I am convinced Trump actually won the election.
A huge portion of voters wrongly believed the 2020 election was stolen.
They don't get to steal it from us.
Wait, isn't that lady, isn't she like a Pennsylvania freak who went to jail? It wasn't she literally, this is like one of those like fucking weirdos, right? Yeah, I can fix her. Stop! Yeah, she's the one who sold Pelosi's laptop. Good for her.
How exactly did we get here?
Good for her, dude. Get your money up.
We got ponchos, 2 for 5.
She stole the laptop. Devious lick. She was ahead of the game, dude. She was ahead of the curve. She did a devious lick. Stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop, tried to sell it to the Russians, dude. That's when you're a real American. That's when you're a patriotic American. She's also like a Nazi, no? Yeah, she did a devious lick, dude.
In the months leading up to the 2020 presidential election, I went looking for answers at a Trump rally in a Florida retirement community.
Trump trick.
Look at this, dude. Yo, we fucking suck so bad, dude. Oh my God. Superpower, by the way. Superpower, boys. That's who we are. We're a fucking superpower. We're a nation of just like fat fucking hogs that only watch television. That's it. We are literally the worst country. The villages.
Let's get the Trump going on now. That's what I'm talking about. We need Trump. If we don't get Trump, y'all know what's in trouble. All right.
There was an undeniable energy. It felt like Woodstock for the Build the Wall set.
Every book or t-shirt I sell helps me make one liberal arts college student a little less stupid.
I was curious about one of Trump's key constituencies, QAnon believers. As you've probably heard, the general tenet of QAnon is that there is a deep state within the US government, media, and Hollywood, and that President Trump was elected to take them down.
The crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals.
If I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there.
Adherents follow a supposed anonymous government insider who goes by the name Q. and posts cryptic clues on fringe internet message boards.
Let's get into the Q drops here.
Come on, bro. They're having a little bit of fun, dude. They're having a little bit of fun, you know? That emo boy OMG. Okay, yeah, they're just having some fun with it, you know?
Are said to have taken the red pill, a metaphor for awakening to dark truths about the world.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And
I'm more embarrassed by the fact that Dems are so dumb they're losing election to these idiots. I mean, you would think that it wouldn't be that hard to make the Q people look fucking dumb, lol. First of all, Democrats lose elections to not these idiots. They lose elections to the Republican Party, which is significantly more devious than this fucking Q shit, okay? Like, they take advantage of the Q momentum. They take advantage of, like, every kind of fucking populist movement within their bases, no matter how fucking deranged or psychotic it is. And the reason why they do that is because they want to win. Because when they win, they get to erode the federal government's powers and offer it back to the fucking courts that they've stacked up with, like, Federalist Society judges. Like, they have an actual goal. And that goal is to have a corporate fascist American institution, okay, an American government that, like, exclusively works at the behest of corporations. Democrats also want that. The reality is Democratic politicians are also getting money from those same corporate benefactors, and their actual points of view revolve around, you know, maintaining the corporate authority, that superstructure. Now, Democrats run opposed to those ideas, but ultimately they're not, like, really energized or motivated to push back against the fucking big pharmaceutical corporations or anything like that. Let's be fucking real. Just like they're not against stopping immigrants from coming over the border. They're not against, like, having an incredibly militant attitude towards mass migration into the country. They're not against doing coups d'etats overseas. They're not against the surveillance state. They're not against drone strikes. They're not. They're just literally simply not. They are 100% on board with all of that really nefarious shit that happens, sometimes right before your eyes and other times behind closed doors. What they are against, on the other hand, is the top of the hour ad break. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break that comes, okay? And, you know, if you no longer want to see those ads, okay, because Democrats love watching ads, but if you no longer want to see those ads, then all you need to do is subscribe. Salt cap is almost being planned to be removed. $400 billion tax cut to the 5%. Top 5% would be the biggest spending in this bill. I think it's the second biggest spending, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, you're right. And it's also starting immediately, whereas the Medicare pharma negotiations will start in 5 years. Awesome. Anyway, but as I was saying, if you no longer want to see those ads, you can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. It's top of the hour. Here's the ad break now. Let's keep going with the video.
Even has an unofficial oath. Where we go one, we go all.
This evening, I'm taking the oath.
Become a digital soldier in the new digital army.
Where we go on?
It's not that they actually do politics and are semi-good at it. It's because, like, their interests align with the material interests of corporate America, okay? That's the difference. Like, there is an underlying reason, whereas the Democratic Party's interests that the values they espouse are diametrically opposed to the interests of corporate America, because all of that revolves around increasing taxes for the wealthy to fund social safety nets that will improve the material conditions of the working class, that, for example, separate, let's say, healthcare from your employment status. Can you imagine? That is a gigantic fucking tool that your boss uses to subjugate you. Democrats, if they were to actually, like, literally advocate for Medicare for all in the same way that they voted for it when they weren't in power, and, like, literally push for that, can you imagine how fucking terrifying that is for corporate America? First of all, you're yeeting the insurance industry, like, damn near in its entirety, okay? There will still be private insurance, but, like, you know, depending on what system that we go with, like, they are significantly undermined, okay? There's a multi-billion-dollar industry that has 2,500 lobbyists at any given moment sitting in fucking DC. Those guys are all gone. The executives are all gone. It's fucked. They would never do that. They would never do that. Also, on top of that, corporate America would despise that because they no longer have a tool to control you, okay? Like, if you have your own Medicare, if you have your own fucking medical insurance covered by the government, then you have more power as a worker. You can leave your job. You can go somewhere else because you don't have the fear that, like, you know, I'm not going to be able to fucking pay for my medicine if I leave this job to go somewhere else. You can make lateral movements easily. That is a gigantic fucking reason as well. That's why corporate America is anti-Medicare for all, on top of everything else. Unrelated, but I saw someone on TikTok call you a neoliberal capitalist. Probably because I fucked their mom.
We go on. Take the oath.
This is the swamp. Oh, look. The alligator, the swamp. And well, we got the criminals. I put them behind bars. We got Trump. He holds the keys to all the handcuffs.
And so I see that you have a adrenochrome thing. So what's that?
They like to take from the kids. They get the child so amped up by torture or what have you, and it's in the gland. And they literally will either take that out of that.
That's just a normal thing to think, I think. Bro, this is like a Michael's mom. You know what I mean? If she wasn't doing this, what she would be doing instead is those like ugly ass, like, it's wine o'clock type fucking, you know, wallpapers and shit, you know? That's what she'd be doing. She goes to Michael's. Now she buys this shit instead. It's fucking insane, though. Can you imagine, like, living in a world where you unironically believe that, like, babies are being shaken in a fucking tube so you can suck out the adrenochrome? Like a totally made-up thing. And that's, like, actually what you believe. Why are they not screaming from the rooftops? They really thought this was happening? Brother, they are literally screaming from the rooftops. Like, the QAnon people, at least, you can't say are, you know, not fully invested in the QAnon shit. They are. They literally are. One of them executed a fucking mob boss, dude. What are you talking about? I mean, they are. Clintons do it for sure. Shut up. Okay, all jokes aside, like, adrenochrome isn't fucking real. Like, that's not a real thing. I joke about it way too much. I feel like people take it seriously.
Gland, or they'll eat the gland. These people are sickos.
These people are taking adrenochrome from kids?
I'm not going to say that every single one.
Notice how... Hold on.
Gland, or they'll eat
I gotta show you something. Notice how Cuomo is not like, you know, they're not calling him like a rapist or something, you know what I mean, for like his sexual harassment in the workplace. They're not mad about that. They're like, high tax Cuomo. You know, that's the worst thing about Cuomo that we can find is that he's high tax and then Newsom is out of place. That's weak, dude. That's a weak ass diss. I'm sorry. That is a weak fucking diss. At least say he fucked your wife. You know what I mean?
These people are sickos.
These people are taking adrenochrome from kids?
I'm not going to say that every single one, but yeah, there's a lot of them.
He's right. That's right. She knows.
Politicians eating children's adrenal glands? It's so absurd, it's hard to take seriously. It feels a bit like a carnival sideshow. The thing is, there are real-life ramifications to conspiratorial thinking.
The cops are after me.
Fearful that the storied cabal might steal his children, Alpala Slyman led the police on a 20-mile chase with his 5 kids in the car.
Don't you understand? I'm trying to protect you. I know about Hillary cutting open the 10-year-old. Donald Trump, I need a miracle or something. Somebody, Q in and help me. Q in and help me.
Yeah, that's the least deranged QAnon supporter. That's, I don't know. He was a wonderful guy. He seems like a wonderful, smart fellow. Just a normal individual, okay?
As we saw at the US Capitol, the angry mob included QAnon followers, and frankly, should not have caught anyone by surprise. In 2019, the FBI classified QAnon as a domestic terrorist threat. It warned in a memo that believers might target specific individuals and organizations.
Where are you, QAnon? Help me, QAnon!
The scary thing is, if you actually buy everything circulating, then kidnapping your kids or storming the Capitol because you think an election was stolen might seem like a rational response.
I've been living on the boat down here 10 years. It's been real comfortable. It's like a little mini house.
Dude, there it is, dude. Houseboat guys, okay? That guy and Joe Manchin should not ever have public office, okay? You live in a houseboat, you're not allowed. Discontinued from public office. Never trust a man on a houseboat. It's so sad how this is literally destroying families. Yeah, at this point, like, I've grown so tired of this that, like, I no longer look at this like, oh man. I no longer look at the negative consequences that, like, QAnon has had on families. I just think it's funny. Like, really progressive that the Republicans cater to the schizophrenic demographic? Yeah, that's right, dude.
Roy Davis, or Captain Roy D, as he's referred to on message boards, is a 63-year-old QAnon author.
The two books we've been talking about, The Great Awakening, which is a composite I put together with myself and 9 of my friends.
Roy is one of 10 authors of an Amazon best-selling book about QAnon.
Here's a good one. This is classic. Hillary Clinton's latest excuse, she was blaming it was on the aliens. But she thinks that they somehow helped Trump. I mean, seriously, it was hysterical.
Roy's life started on a more conventional track.
Bro, you can't. Like, that dude is not, like, you hear that dude speak, you're like, okay, I mean, you're not well. Like, let's be real. You're just very unwell, okay? Hillary Clinton thought there were aliens. Like, come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's awesome. Look at his Louis Vuitton suitcase, by the way. Nice.
He had a career as a travel agent and started a family in his 20s with his high school sweetheart.
This is my older son, Matthew, and then my younger son, Alex, is not around so much.
Then he got divorced and retired. Now he spends...
That's right. I fucking knew it, dude. Divorced dads. That's another victim of divorce court, brother. That's right, dude. Another victim of divorce court. Dude, if Democrats know deep down inside that the pipeline to liberalism revolves around a college education, and that's just the truth, there's empirical evidence to show this as well, then god damn it, the fucking pipeline to the Republican Party is going through divorce court, okay? It's just like every divorced dad in America, something fucking happens to every divorced dad in America, and they just turn into like fucking, you know, QAnon Republican Andes, dude.
Most of his days emailing with online friends and researching Q drops.
I try to tell people that QAnon basically is just information. And a lot of people get caught up, who's Q, what's it? It can be anybody. It could be my deceased dog talking to us. My whole life, a hobby of mine has been a JFK researcher. And I never believed it was a lone gunman.
Roy researched the JFK assassination extensively on 4chan. Which also...
That's not research, dude. What the fuck? That's just, you're on a... Dude, come on. Yeah, I researched JFK. I saw the Zapruder film on 4chan. It's like, okay. That's not research, man. That's like you're shit posting on Reddit, but like racist Reddit.
Happens to be the original QAnon message board. And while many Q followers are obsessed with child trafficking, Roy is reluctant to talk about that topic. Political corruption, draining the swamp, and exposing the deep state. That's what got him traction.
Wait, what? Barack Obama, 8 years goal. Weaken USA globally. Hillary Clinton, 8 years goal. Destroy USA. Rise the New World Order. Let's go. So Reddit? Yeah, sorry. I know. Racist Reddit is just Reddit, but like this is more racist Reddit. This is when you're like, Reddit is not racist enough. You know what I mean? Open borders, install corrupt Supreme Court justice, ban sale of firearms, destroy censor opposing news outlets, close U.S. military bases globally. Oh no. Eliminate final good guys in government. Kill economy, starve and enslave the public. Remove electoral college and install popular vote. Dude, half of these aren't even bad. Like, remove military funding. Okay. Like, can you imagine Hillary Clinton doing that? Hillary, we saw he died. Clinton, Like, that Hillary Clinton was actually in favor of limiting and removing military funding and closing U.S. bases globally. Also, what is funny is like, okay, so revise the Constitution, population control, pocket billions, kill economy, starve and enslave the public, while also installing popular vote. Like, which one is it? Because the popular vote is like, it's like more democratic. Fund terrorism, MS-13 and ISIS, nuclearize North Korea and Iran, special access program sell-off, weaken NSA and reveal programs. Wait, how are you a tinfoil conspiracy theorist, but you're also simultaneously holding on to the position that like Obama is doing something wrong by weakening the NSA and revealing programs of mass surveillance? What the fuck? Dude, these people, oh God. I don't know. I feel like looking at this too much and it like the mania stares back at you. I feel like this is how I could become a maniac. Like I could lose control over my fucking bodily functions. If I stared at this too much, I would probably lose my mind. Kill NASA space supremacy? Yeah, dude. NASA had some real space supremacy. That's why we had to rely on fucking Russian tech to fly up to the ISS.
The folks are looking for the truth, the secret sauce. And what we're here to say is that myself and thousands of Anons feel like we finally found the real McCoy.
Anon.
Dark Side of the Ring is back with all new tales of
Oh, what the fuck? I thought this was like a part of it. I'm like, what? That's crazy. There's like a QAnon wrestler?
Captain Roy, first, thank you so much for all your support and generosity. Thanks so much for the messages you are sending out to America through your books. Our Army of Digital Soldiers consists of patriots who love our country. God bless you, and God bless America, Lieutenant Retired Michael T. Flynn.
Roy believes that General Michael Flynn, Trump's former national security advisor who was indicted for lying to the Mueller investigation, is the covert leader of the QAnon digital army.
I was the first one to get something by him where he went, where we go, we go all, and highlighted it. And so we took this as a message that he was on board.
Where we go one, we go all. Where we go one, we go all. God bless America.
General Flynn's lawyer has publicly stated that his client used the expression, where we go one, we go all, as a sign of unity and support for the Constitution, not as an oath to QAnon. But Roy's not buying it.
Everybody in QAnon firmly believes
he's not buying it,
that President Trump was asked to run. But now President Trump's just in the beginning of this plan. You have to understand there's a plan for after Trump, the plan before QAnon and the Army of Digital Soldiers under General Flynn. That's who the people picked to do it.
As a show of support, Roy has been donating money from his book sales to Flynn's legal defense fund.
You were sending him money and he was like a thank you note.
It was a thank you note, but there was a message within a thank you note.
That letter is from him, but it's in itself instruction.
Correct. Everything is, especially dealing with people at this level. Everybody we work with is, I got instructions to talk to you guys.
Who told you to work with us?
It's just people I trust. Like, a few people, big people, came from Washington, people I know. We get told to do certain things, post things. There's a plan in place.
After the election, Trump pardoned Flynn, and then Flynn's embrace of disinformation became way more obvious.
Number one, President Trump won on the 3rd of November.
Now he's promoting his own line of merch, which includes Q taglines. Is Flynn encouraging the Q community because he wants their money, or because he actually believes what they're saying? To a QAnon supporter, the entire world is teeming with symbols and signs that most people never see.
Man, this is so cool. So cool. You all ready for this?
A subgenre of Q content is the so-called proof, in which basic math becomes intricate delusion.
I was just watching some military operations on YouTube, The time length of this video is 3437. 3 and 4 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 7 is 17. Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Q says there's no such thing as coincidence, right?
The Q community is obsessed with the number 17. Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet, and Trump supposedly says it so much.
I was probably in Washington in my entire life 17 times. True, 17 times. You know what I'm getting at, right?
No, I don't know what you're getting at. Is he spouting random numbers? Is it inadvertent vagueness? Or is maybe Trump tipping his hat to Q? The answer to questions like this drives people into never-ending rabbit holes. It's easy to find evidence of things you want to be true. It doesn't mean they actually are.
Hey there, Roy.
Alice, what's happening? Thanks for coming by. Well, you got goodies.
I did. I brought popcorn and beer.
Look at you.
I met with Roy to watch a presidential debate.
We welcome the Republican nominee, President Trump, and the Democratic nominee, Vice President Biden.
Does that sound better, guys?
What's this?
My buddy Matrix, he's crazy. He's doing it's a YouTube show, and I just thought it would add a little color.
Joe Biden looks like he's shot up.
Did Q say anything about the debate tonight?
President Trump wanted both sides to get drug testing, and Biden declined. And then President Trump asked that there would be an inspection for ear devices, and Biden declined.
So you think that he's on drugs?
You know why they do that? I don't think he's on drugs. Q's informed us that Joe Biden is on enhancing drugs. I don't know anything. I'm not the medical guy, but that's been brought up in the Post, is he has enhancement drugs to keep his cognizance.
So you believe Q? Q said that.
Our perspective is that Q has access to all this information. There was things about the drugs. I don't know what it is, but it's not like keep him from dying. It's more to pep him up.
If you could bottle that up, that feeling of walking out, getting ready to play a football game, it's like nothing else.
From the network that brought you Dark Side of the Ring, it's football's turn.
Oh, it's the NFL.
The unseen chaos.
Stabbings, fightings, beatings.
The untold controversies.
Bam, right cross, knocked him out.
The unbelievable truth.
I would do whatever I had to do to get out on the field.
Dark Side of Football. New episode Thursday at 10 on Vice.
People trying to kill him. I mean, they just mail poison to him.
Roy loved to talk about Q, but for someone so fascinated by the so-called deep state, he wasn't all that interested in listening to the debate.
Abigail.
FaceTime video.
Abigail! Hola!
Did you just see them come out?
We've got Matrix on. I've got some of the guys over here, like I said, some of my buddies here, and we're just kind of watching it. Everybody was excited about you calling, girl, though.
Hey there.
This is Abigail.
My name's Alice. Nice to meet you. How's your debate watching experience going to be? Are you watching it alone?
Great, and I made sure today during my CrossFit workout not to do too many abs because I'll get plenty of an ab workout watching.
She's so funny. I love it.
Abigail is a 40-something Q organizer out of Cincinnati. She may or may not be dating Roy. Subtext, when I tried to confirm it with her, she hung up on me.
So what level is it at? Are you guys
Just starting.
What does that mean? That means different things to different people.
I know. I would like to be a lot further along. I've talked to this girl for a while. I have plenty of space for one girlfriend now.
Interesting.
I ask if you're single already. You just these guys.
I'm not.
I know. They said you're engaged. I'm just saying. I ask her.
Thanks, everyone.
Anywhere, all times.
I didn't take this proposal too seriously. Roy just seemed kind of lonely and excited to have someone, anyone, to hang out with on his boat.
Is being into Q a good way to find a girlfriend?
Horrible. Everybody's left me. It's been disastrous. And I was actually going to stop doing everything, stop wearing Q shirts.
You're going to renounce all your beliefs.
Not beliefs. I was just taking a long pause. In fact, doctors have encouraged me, my publisher's giving me 6 months off. She works with my doctor behind my back.
Your publisher works with your doctor behind your back?
Seriously, these people should be in jail.
He hopes QAnon can bring him community and human connection. But could it be that it's having the opposite effect? From a brief conversation I had with his son, one thing was clear. The deeper Roy goes into Q, the son said, the more distanced he gets from his family.
Most people just say you're a raving lunatic, Don't call us, we'll call you. I put stuff in the books every day. It proves me more right. I mean, I'm a person that the future is going to prove me pretty accurate. So I'm not worried. They're all going to come back and apologize. I don't even want to apologize. I'm just saying I'm not worried about the future.
Roy is not alone.
I spent many nights alone sitting on the couch while he was sleeping, mourning the loss of my husband.
It's gotten to the point where I don't really think that there's a way to bring her out of it since she's so deeply entrenched at this point.
But some Q believers have family members as red-pilled as they are.
When you have kids, you start to care a lot more about the future and politics. I don't want my kids to grow up in a communist nation. Basically slaves. This is the red pill. This is a cosmetic body lotion. This is a cleanse. This is krill oil.
Dustin Krieger, who goes by the pseudonym Dustin Nemos, is a self-described journalist with his own YouTube channel.
And just to be clear, it's your company or it's a sponsor of the show?
Both. It's a company that I own, but it's a separate company from like Nemos News. They're different corporations.
This is how Dustin and his wife, Ping, support their family.
It was a pretty good sales over the weekend. We got a few new subscribers yesterday, so that's pretty good.
Welcome back, my friend. 48 of America's largest 50 cities have been hit by not QAnon supporters, but Black Lives Matter riots, which are, I'll remind people, about 4/5 white liberals.
I'm a first-generation immigrant. I came to the United States when I was 17 and became a United States citizen 5 years later. Interesting thing, back in college, I actually voted Obama. I was easily influenced by classmates, professors. We're just going to fight as a family. And it's very important because we're fighting as evil versus good. And we're at the verge of civil war.
Dustin.
Hey, Roy, come on in, buddy.
Good. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. How's that?
Good.
Dustin is also one of the authors behind The Great Awakening. He and Roy spend a lot of time analyzing the mainstream media, people who watch it and people who make it, like us.
I don't assume that somebody that works for a fake news company is going to enjoy the assignment to be out to get me. I know that they're going to get the assignment to be out to get me, though, because there's an editor and there's somebody in charge, and usually there's like a pedophile at some point. But I don't blame you guys like the foot soldiers.
Did he just say what I think he said? To risk stating the obvious, there's no evidence that the editors of this segment, nor of Vice News in general, are pedophiles.
Discover a world where interest can become obsession.
I'm hit. I just got my hand blown off.
You know, we put value on things in very subjective ways.
Yes, finally is mine.
It's one of the only places that you can act like every part of what you're doing is life and death.
Where people go all in.
218 plants?
I really want to take that kitten.
Water is my church. Water is God.
Where there's no such thing.
We're at the verge of civil war.
People would kill each other over a plant like that.
It's too far.
They don't get to steal it from us.
Everybody in QAnon firmly believes that President Trump was asked to run.
This is Fanatics, The Deep End. New episode Thursday at 11:30 on Vice.
Welcome to the Crazy Cat Family Dungeon.
After spending time with Roy and trying to understand the appeal of Q, I wanted to know more about why he's dwelling on conspiracies in the first place.
I was doing some research this weekend and I found an old article. I think this is from before you were into Q, but an article about a bribery conviction of yours. What happened?
No. There was I really didn't want to get involved with any of my personal stuff. I was in a big business and I was involved with a lot of things. So It was something in the past.
In 2001, Roy was convicted of filing false corporate tax returns for his travel agency. Per the judge, he had been paying kickbacks to U.S. Airways executives and hiding money from the IRS.
Who could have seen that coming, huh? I mean, wow. That is so surprising that the fucking QAnon guy, one, is kind of in it for the pussy, and two, is was a scammer back in the day. Wow, it's like that other QAnon guy that got recently arrested for like literally being a pedophile. It's so sad when you see him though, like when his eyes light up when he's talking about this girl. He's like, this is what they want.
In the Cayman Islands. Roy claimed in court he was pressured into the scheme by his dad. Nonetheless, he was sentenced to 18 months.
Being someone who is noticing government corruption and is suspicious about everything that's going on in terms of power and corruption, I'm wondering if that experience of yours of these bribery charges heightened that. At that point, it was you against the government in a lot of ways.
I've not been allergic to battling the government on certain issues, especially from the business world. I think that's what gave me a lot of emphasis right now to go back against the government, because I'd been going against the IRS just out of general principle.
Back when I spoke to Roy's son, he told me his dad still suffers from PTSD from his time in prison.
Everybody I know is disabled, has problems, issues. That's why we've been kind of the conspiracy people. I try to explain.
A lot of folks in the Q community are disabled?
Have problems. Trust me. There's a lot of people that I know that have different disabilities, and a lot of people don't want to be shown publicly because they have different things. And who knows? It's at the end of the day, we just may be the digital army to save things. Yeah, have you guys heard of QAnon?
Roy's son told me he disagrees with his dad's beliefs, but he admitted it's been a good outlet for Roy.
We're with General Flynn, Army of Digital Soldiers.
It might be delusional, but delusions can also give purpose and identity.
This is it. Where we go when we go on this.
Listen, I mean, sometimes when we cover stuff like this, I just find myself repeating the same shit over and over again. But this is what no theory does to a motherfucker, okay? This is what happens when you have no way of grounding your worldview in any sort of like dialectical materialism or any sort of fucking serious like idea that revolves around why things are happening. This is just theory. This is literally theory for fucking weirdo racist dudes who have been caught up in, God, I'm using a lot of fucking Matt Cushman terms here, but the demystification of class, like moving away from class politics over to just like over to fucking whatever neoliberal whatever the neoliberal media is telling you is like the real thing that you should be focusing on. That's what fucking happens, Matt Cushman. Yeah, Chrisman. Critical hog theory. No, it's just like it's literally wait, this is why I've said before, like, that's why, for example, Charles Murray is really important, right? That's Charles Murray, and the bell curve is really important because scientific racism is the theoretical basis that, in the eyes of racist people, justify oppressing black people. That's why eugenics was really fucking important to the Nazis. That's why scientific racism was really fucking important to so many people in the 20s, like all the way up to the 20s. Because like that neatly wraps up your worldview with a bow, okay? With a bow tie. You just fucking tie it all together. It's like, oh, that's why black people are in the position that they are, because of intrinsic factors. You know what I mean? It's just like a polite way of saying exactly what the fucking racist people have been saying for many, many years, but with like a little intellectual patina on it, okay? With an intellectual shine. So that's it. Like, We will always have this. And the real reason why there's like a lot of fucking momentum behind this worldview, and the real reason why it's fucking growing is because people have no answers for why things are happening. And they demand answers. It's just like, no matter how big of a hog you are, you're still inquisitive, and you still see shit that's not going the way, you were told it should. It's just like, no matter how big of a hog you are, you're still inquisitive, and you still see shit that's not going the way, you were told it should be going, and you need an additional justification for it. TV man tells you that the immigrants are coming, and they're here to kill you. They don't tell you what the motivations are. They just say like they're bad and wrong. They're wrong because they're bad. They're bad because they're bad, and they can't be good. So like you have to fucking figure out like, why is this happening? So there's two ways to go about it, where you're like, wait a minute. Maybe our immigration laws are closely associated with commodity production and creating a permanent underclass of individuals that the American corporations could rely on always, because they will have no rights, and we will never fucking treat them as like full-blown American citizens. Easy to exploit and easy to use against the American working class that is already fucking documented. Like, that's not the way you want to, that's not the way that they can analyze it. So they analyze it from the point of view of like, yeah, they're just bad. They're bad and they're evil. They're evil. That's why they're coming here, because they want to fucking destroy American sovereignty. It's all like weird idealistic bullshit. Like, what the fuck is American sovereignty? How the fuck is a otherwise law-abiding abuela gonna fucking destroy American sovereignty because she wants to like fucking have a better future for herself? You know? That's just the reality. Some far right-wingers have class consciousness. No, they don't have fucking class consciousness, but they're brainwashed by right-wing media to think it's the migrants' fault while the working class struggles. No. Like, if you're a lumpen prole, you have no fucking class consciousness because you're unironically advocating against your best interest. It's the entire, like, right-wing workers that fucking agitate and advocate against their better interests are lumpen proles. They're fucking stupid and counter-revolutionary. They don't have, like, real class consciousness. No, the Nazball shit is bullshit, too. Look, I don't care about Reddit nerd theories, okay? Like, stop trying to fucking come up with, different ways of saying, like, well, racism is fundamental to, working class movements or some shit, when racism unironically comes from an anti-materialist point of view, okay? It's not fucking, there is no materialism in racism. There's just none. You can't literally be like, well, there's a group of people that actually are deserving of, the means of production, but some groups of people do not, on the basis of their, background, their ethnic identity. Like, get the fuck out of here. That is literally the most, like, anti-materialist bullshit that you can come up with. So it doesn't matter whenever people say, like, oh, I'm a Nazball or whatever. Who cares? You know who does have class consciousness? Yes. The wealthy. That is true. Shut up, Turkish immigrant. Always funny whenever people get mad. Yeah, well. I'm a Turkish immigrant, but also I'm your stepfather now. I am not the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. That's right. I'm fucking your mom.
But I don't know if Roy's past should let him off the hook.
We view ourselves as been rejects from society. Don't pay these people any mind. They're crazy. We are the toys from Misfit Island. We are the rejected toys that ultimately come in to help Santa save the day.
Roy didn't participate in the January 6th riot, and he's trying to distance himself from the mob.
USA! USA!
He even claims that the highly visible QAnon shaman is a paid actor. Either way, the event is having consequences. Roy was deplatformed by Amazon, so for now, his books aren't available online. And many QAnon accounts were deleted across the internet, including Dustin's Nemos News.
Everything I've built is under threat.
Get fucked, idiot. Fuck you, dude. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry that your business that like literally revolves around brainwashing fucking boomers into abandoning their fucking family and friends and, you know, spending all their money, all their retirement funds on your fucking dumbass supplements filled with lead is no longer in operation. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Don't be a piece of shit.
Because these bastards trying to censor everything that we do, when all I do is tell the truth. I'm tired and I don't want to give up, but I've got a family to support.
Q hasn't posted since December 2020, but Roy isn't concerned. With nearly 5,000 old Q drops to reflect on, Roy finds meaning in number 2,212.